All right, everyone. Good afternoon. Once again, this is Sebastian here at Lime Cellular. Just want to thank everyone so much for taking time out in their day to join us today for this webinar. What we're going to be going through today is I'm going to give you just a brief overview on Lime Cellular in general. I'm going to go through many of our more popular features. I'm going to be showing you a lot of front end and back end dashboard things. And this is a live webinar, so Michelle will be taking your questions as I'm just going over this with you. So feel free to type in the questions into the box and she'll do her best to get to everyone. If by any chance by the end of this webinar she was unable to get to your question or it wasn't answered through my presentation, please feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email. We'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Now that the platform is capable of doing so many things, and to be able to show you guys everything, we would have to be here for 3 or 4 hours, which obviously I know is way too much to ask of you. So what I'm going to do at the end of the webinar is I'm going to show you where you can access videos where you'll see an hour long training webinar on the front end and then an hour-long training webinar on the back end of the platform. And you guys will be able to access those anytime you like and go through them at your leisure. Okay, so these are just some of the things that we are going to be going over today. Just a little bit of background here on Lime Cellular. We started out in 2006. We started out as basically just a couponing company, believe it or not, and that's one of the reasons why our couponing is so unique and so strong. And those of you who have not really gotten a chance to take a look at that in depth, I'll be showing that to you over here in this webinar today. We were when we first started, we were never a bootstrap company. We started off with an initial $3 million investment, and that's why we were able to build the platform that we have. Everything here is owned by us, so it's all of our intellectual property. We are the developers of the platform, and as you'll see going through it, and I'll explain to you further, that is tremendous as far as the things that you'll be able to receive and support, as well as research and development and all the other tools that are available to you here. We're also a profitable company. The reason why I say this to you, I know some of you may be wondering, is very simple. When you're looking to partner with someone and you are going to be going out there and working very hard and maybe building up a sales team, and you're going to build up a large residual income on your end, you want to make sure that you do it with a partner who is profitable and stable. The last thing that you want to do is build a large business around something and then it might not be there for you in the future to be able to continue doing what you're doing or support what you're doing. So it's important that I relate to you that we are a very large company, very well funded. We're profitable. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. Everything that we do is 100% white label. We don't show up anywhere. As far as I know, we are the only full white label company in this space. There are other companies that will tell you that they do not sell to retail, but if you dig a little bit deeper, you'll see that they do it under a different corporation. I know for a fact that we've had several large clients that have transferred over to us from another platform, and they had to have their attorneys send out cease and desist letters to the previous platform because they were sending out emails to all of their clients saying, "Hey, you guys are already comfortable with this platform. If you want to stay here, we'll give you a discount," and all that kind of stuff. We don't play those games here. From day one, we were a white label. We set that standard in the industry. Everything that we do is based around you, the marketer. Every tool that we create, everything that we do is put in place so that you can go out there and build the biggest, the most profitable business that you guys can possibly build. We have everything here available for you. If you want, you can access the blog directly from limecellular.com. You guys can see all the version updates and everything that we've done in the past. And you'll be able to see every 2 or 3 days, there's a new version update. There's a bug that we're fixing. There's a previous tool that we had that now we're adding to and expanding. And a lot of the stuff that we do is based upon the feedback from our clients. We highly value their ideas. You guys are out there on the street. You're the soldiers. You know the tools that you need to go out there and dominate the market. So if enough people tell us that they need something, we will go out there, we'll create it for you. Usually takes anywhere between 24 to 72 hours, unless it's something that's really complex. All the work is done in-house. We don't outsource anything, and it's all here for you. So without further delay, this picture right here is pretty powerful. I know you guys have heard the phrase, a picture speaks 1,000 words. I'm sure many of you have seen this. This has now become a pretty popular photo. For those of you who don't know what it is, this is shot in Rome, and 2005 and 2013 was the announcement of the new Pope for the Roman Catholic Church. So you can see just the difference in a very short amount of time. And now technology is basically an extension of ourselves. Everyone from the grandmothers to 4-year-old kids are walking around with tablets, with smartphones. It's how we do business now. It's how we communicate. Email first, took over the telephone calls, and people only communicated through email and IM, and now it's strictly through text messages and things of that nature. So it's a pretty powerful picture. If you guys want to include this picture in your material when you're presenting to a client, and you can show them the power of this, all you have to do is Google Rome 2005, 2013, and you guys will be able to access this picture here. These are just some of the tools that we're going to be going over. Now, every single one of these tools that you see here on this page, you guys can actually access through your demo account and test them out. If you do not already have access to a demo account, just give us a call. We'll set you up with one. It's completely free. There's no credit card or anything required. We give you 50 free credits in there, so you guys can go out and create some coupons and some kiosks and all that kind of stuff, and test it out on your phone and get a feel of what the client would get on their end as well. It's completely available to you. And like I said, if you guys haven't taken advantage of it, do so. It's important that before you come on board, that you've tried out the product fully. It's something that you really believe in, and it's something that you believe is going to help you take your business to the next level. So first, we'll go through the couponing. This is by far one of our most popular features. The reason why, it's very unique the way that we do it. Typically, the way our competitors do couponing is they're either sending out a plain SMS message, which you can't track, and the customer can come back to the same store and use it over and over again, which is not what the business owner wants. Or what they'll do is the link will lead you to a web-based coupon, which some of them are visually appealing, and some of them, when you actually click on the coupon, the word redeemed will come across the coupon, so it'll be quote unquote a one-time use only coupon. But the reality of it is, all someone has to do is delete the cookies in their phone, which is very simple to do, and they can keep using that coupon over and over again. The way ours works is very simple. When you initially opt in to our short code, a coupon wallet is created specifically for your mobile phone number. Every coupon that you will receive will be stored in this wallet till you either use it or it expires. And as you can see here, if you have multiple coupons, you'll be able to scroll up and down. You'll be able to not only share them with your friends, and then in order for your friends to access them, they'll have to enter in their mobile number and opt into the list. But if the business owner has a Facebook page or a Twitter account, they can upload these there. And if someone would see them, for example, on the Facebook, they would just simply click on it to grab this offer. A small box would pop up prompting them to enter in their mobile number to opt in. So it's a great way to grow the coupons and offers virtually and through social media. So what happens when someone actually clicks redeem? It's going to give them a warning asking them if they're at the place of redemption, because once they click redeem the second time, the coupon will disappear from the wallet. So once they do that, they'll simply show their phone to the waitress or the cashier, whomever is going to be giving them the discount, and then we're done. What's cool about these coupons, besides being one-time use only, besides being able to be shared through social media, is the analytics that come with them. So you can run reports on open rate, deletion rates, and redemption rates, and you can provide these to your clients. And it's a great way for them to be able to judge which are the most effective campaigns for their particular customer base. Next, we're going to look at our loyalty program. And I'm sure you guys are aware, basically what this is a virtual punch card. Now, these loyalty programs have been used by businesses forever. They're a great way to keep people coming back. The problem with these cards, at least I know for me, it is that whenever I need to use it, I've either lost it or I've forgotten it at home. And I forget what the number is. I'll get it for you guys, but it's somewhere in the tens of millions of dollars a year that people have these gift cards and they never use them. So it's actually a pretty interesting business model for the business. They're getting all the purchases for the business card for these loyalty cards as gifts, and then the recipients never use them. Probably because, like me, they lose them or they always forget them at home. But in this example, we'll use a bagel store. So what we'll do is we'll make the keyword bagel the opt-in keyword, and people can opt in one of two ways. They can either text the keyword to 71441, or they can enter it into a kiosk, which I'll show you right after this. Once they've opted in, every time they make a purchase, the business owner can simply type their mobile number into a website that they only have access to, or it can be done through the keypad, which I'll show you after this. And all they would have to do is hit punch. Now, the customer will get a message like this: "Hi, Mark, you now have 8 out of 10 points. You're one step closer to your goal." You and your client will be able to decide how many points the customer needs to reach in order to get the free gift, the bonus, whatever they're giving away. When we first created this, we looked at a lot of different mechanisms for setting this up. One of the mechanisms that we looked at was using a QR code, which I know that some other companies out there are doing. The only problem that we really found with that was that a lot of the QR code scanners now save the last 4 or 5 QR codes that you scan. So someone can actually sit at home and rescan those QR codes over and over again and cheat the system. The way it's done this way, it's impossible to cheat the system because obviously they're not going to have the business's kiosk at their home. And two, they're not going to have access to the HTTP site, which is created specifically for this loyalty program. So the only way their card can be punched is to actually make a purchase at the location. Now, you can also do this through the loyalty kiosk, which this has become extremely popular, especially with the loyalty program. You can create these on the fly. They're compatible with iOS, Android, Kindle. We do suggest that whatever tablet you use be at least 7 inches in size. We found that to be the best minimum size for these tablets. And you can create them to be a join only program, a check in only program, or both join and check in. As you can see, here's the builder right here. It's extremely easy to use. You don't need to have any programming skills whatsoever. You guys can control the colors, the pictures, the language, everything that it says here. Now, just to expand on your thoughts on different ways to use the kiosk, it's not simply something that you can just put at the cashier and then people can just, every time they make a purchase, can opt in or punch their card. There's so many other uses. For example, we are maybe about 5 minutes away from the Jersey Shore. So you have miles and miles of boardwalk, and you have tons of restaurants and bars out there, and a lot of foot traffic that goes through there between the tourists and the locals. So what a lot of businesses do is they have an employee go out there on the boardwalk with this kiosk, and as people are walking by, they tempting them to come in with an offer. Hey, would you guys like to have a free dessert? Would you like to have a free beer? Would you like to have 50% off your lunch? Whatever they want to offer them to entice them to come in. And all they have to do to get that offer is simply type in their mobile number into the kiosk. Another way that a lot of people are using this is, let's say, a restaurant, for example. Even if you make a reservation for a restaurant, 9 times out of 10, when you go there, you still have to wait to be seated, whether it's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on the restaurant. While you are waiting, either at the bar or if they have a specific lounge or waiting area, the maitre d' can simply come over and say, hey, would you guys like to get Once again, a free dessert tonight with your dinner. Would you like to get a discount on today's meal? All you have to do is simply opt in right here, right now. Very, very popular way. And this is, once again, before we came out with this, it's something that several of our clients brought to us, and they had seen some companies offer this, and we took it a step further because what those companies did is they forced their clients to purchase a kiosk from them. And the prices that they were selling this kiosk to their clients, it was nearly impossible, even if they offered it to the small business owner at cost. It just seemed incredibly expensive for what they were getting, and they were very difficult to sell. So the way we did it was we wanted to give you guys the flexibility to be able to create these kiosks on the fly and to be able to do it on any tablet that you want. We've tried a bunch of tablets in here, anywhere from the iPad to the Kindle. We've tried tablets from Polaroid, which worked out pretty well. You guys can get those Polaroid tablets on eBay. I think they're going for about 120 bucks each. They're pretty nice, and you guys don't have to go out there and buy a $600 tablet for your clients. Next, we're going to look at the real estate feature as well as the vehicle listing feature. They both act in the same way. And you can do them both either with a landing page or a mobile website, and you guys will be able to see examples of both. So right now, if you text Ocean Ave, all one word like you see on your screen, to 71441, it's going to lead you to a landing page version. And then when we do the vehicle, you'll be able to see the mobile website version. For those of you who don't know the difference, it's pretty simple. The landing page is basically a one-page flyer on the internet. It's the best way to look at it. It's still graphics. You can't put any movies on there. You can't do anything sexy with it. It's still a one-page flyer. Obviously, with the mobile website, you can do so much more. And the way it works is very simple. You guys will be able to create a keyword, a QR code, or both, and attach it to a property. And the agents can put it on the sign rider. They can put it on any print advertising that they're doing for the property. If they send out emails to their client list, they can add them to the email as well. Now, what's cool about this is, at least I know when I was shopping for a house, you don't want to always be sold by the real estate agent, especially when you're just starting your search. You are looking specific areas, you're looking specific price ranges, and you want to be able to narrow it down yourself and then get in contact with the real estate agent. And a lot of times, these booklets that have the homes in the area that are for sale don't have pricing in there, and it's a way for the real estate agent to force you to call them. And a lot of people are put off by that. And that's why this works really well and gets the agent leads they would not normally get. So if I'm walking by a property, I would simply text the keyword or scan the QR code. The real estate agent will immediately get a sales lead and they'll be notified. And by the keyword, they'll know which property that I'm interested in. And then I'll get a link that'll lead me to a landing page or a mobile website, which will give me all the specs on the property, including additional photos. And then if I'm interested, I can take it from there. Now, the vehicle listing works in exactly the same manner. The only difference is that it actually prints out this window sticker here for you to put on the automobiles. And if you guys text the word Chelsea, all one word, to 71441, you'll be able to see an example of a mobile website. Mobile websites extremely easy to build without Builder. Show you another example after this. You guys, once again, just like the kiosk, don't need to have any programming skills whatsoever. If you can upload photos, if you can click a drop down box, that's all you need to know. Your first couple of websites, they may take you an hour and a half or so to build, depending how good you are with the computer. After you got two or three under your belt, the maximum it will take you is about a half hour to put something together. And you can do a lot with our mobile websites. Now, why this is powerful, once again, just like the real estate, is you're going to be able to reach an audience that you may not have been able to reach any other way. For example, here in New Jersey, and I think there's only maybe two or three other states that have this, it's actually illegal for auto dealerships to be open on Sundays. And the way the economy is today, a lot of people are trying to get as much overtime as possible at their current job. If they can't do that, they're probably working a second job to try to make ends meet. And a lot of times, Sunday is the only day they actually have available to go out there to look for a car if they need a new one. And just like the real estate, they can have this keyword and this QR code not only on the window sticker, but any print advertising that they're doing for the automobile as well. And it's just a great way to get a bunch of leads that, once again, the dealership would have never been able to get otherwise. And you know what? They sell one car a year from this, your costs are already covered. And we actually just came out. It's going to finish beta testing today. You guys have probably seen a little blurb about it in the email reminder you got about today's webinar. We create a couple of really cool APIs to mass upload a lot of these vehicle listings and a couple other cool things that we've added to this. And we're probably going to send out a brief 5-minute video sometime this week or next week, really giving you guys a good taste of exactly how to use it. Birthday wishes, pretty popular. You can use this for more than just birthdays. You can use it for anniversaries and all the types of special events. And, obviously you can set it up to go out the day of, the week of, the month of the client's birthday. It's a great way to thank them for coming to your business and being a customer. The reason why I also like to say anniversary is because I know that a lot of couples, for example, they have that special place, right? Maybe it's the restaurant where they had their first date, maybe it's where they first met, and that's a place that's special to them. And on specific dates, they like to go back there all the time. And this is a great way to thank them and keep them coming back all the time. Extremely easy to use, very popular feature. Here we have the appointment manager wizard. There's a lot of businesses out there whose income is really based upon people keeping the appointments that they have with them. And you've got obviously the first one that pops out in everyone's head is the doctor's office. Don't forget, you have nail salons, hair salons, you have auto body shops. There's a lot of businesses out there that really rely on this. Extremely simple to use. You can do a CSV upload of all the clients and all their contact details. And the way it works is very simple. Once you guys set it up and the client gets a message that you guys will be able to tailor depending on the business. For this example, let's stay with the doctor's office. So, for example, I would get a message saying, "Hello, Sebastian. You have an appointment with Dr. Smith at 4 o'clock today." Then I can reply C to confirm, M to miss, B for behind schedule, or R to reschedule. Now, based upon which one of these I choose, I will then receive a follow-up message. Once again, you'll be able to tailor to your business, saying something along the lines of, "Great, we'll see you at your appointment today," or "Sorry to hear that you're going to miss the appointment. Please click here to call us now." And it'll give them a click to call option. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's simply the telephone number of the business. It's a blue link. They just simply have to click the link, and the phone will dial that number automatically. One of the tools that we have that goes great with this is we actually have an ROI calculator that's based specifically on appointment management. So we'll take a doctor's office once again. We'll stick with that example. Believe it or not, a small practice, even with just one physician, on missed appointments can lose up to $100,000 a year. And that's not an exaggeration. There's a ton of reports out there. Actually, there's something that I'm putting together for you guys that I'm going to put as part of the training materials, and it'll be something that you guys will be able to use. A lot of case studies on how much money is actually being left out there, especially for doctors' offices. If you take into account not only the patients that are missing the appointment, but what it costs in payroll to have someone sit there, not only confirming the appointments, but then trying to fill that slot if someone cancels. And it takes all of that into account in this ROI calculator. It takes into account what you're paying someone in order to do this job, what the average ticket, as we would say, or what the value of each visit is for that particular customer, and what it's costing you. A lot of these businesses on average have a 20% no-show rate. And what's that costing the business at the end of the month, at the end of the year? And if we can just improve it slightly, it'll show you the difference. And something like that will let them see that this is going to pay for itself in spades. A lot of times we find this technology very sexy, but the business owner just wants the bottom line and wants to know how it's going to affect them monetarily. And that ROI tool is a great way to show it in a black. Okay, so here's another example of a mobile website for real estate. Earlier on, you guys saw the mobile website. Hopefully, if you had a chance to text in that keyword for the vehicle listing, and very simple to create. Um, Obviously, scrolling left and right for photos, drop down boxes, maps and directions, request further information. If you guys want to actually be able to play around with the simulated version of this particular mobile website, if you guys go later on to limecellular.com and you go to the features and click on mobile sites, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there are several different examples of mobile sites and landing pages that you guys can build without Builder. And once again, you have total access to the mobile builder if you have a demo account activated. For those of you that are wondering, I know some of you are already out there selling some of these services, perhaps with someone else. Those of you who are completely new to the business and you're wondering what kind of money is there in just the mobile sites alone, I can tell you that depending on where you live and the type of verticals that you're selling to, a mobile website easily can sell from anywhere from $250 to $500 just to build it. And then you're going to charge that customer hosting and maintenance. And what's great is that we host these sites for you for free. So whatever you're charging for hosting and maintenance, whatever you're charging for building it, goes right into your pocket. Next, we're going to take a look at some of the materials that you guys receive. You get high quality posters and table tents that you guys will be able to repackage and resell to your clients. You get signs. If you guys just want to take a look at what some of these look like, you can go to the store on limecellular.com. There you'll see a price tag of $20 for each one, but they are absolutely free to you if you're a white label client. Training. A lot of people are new to this. They're a little bit nervous. They're not confident. They want to make sure that they can go out there and sell the product and have the knowledge. And that's what these boot camps are for, and that's where they come in. They are completely free to all white label users. And we have two different boot camps. We have one that is specifically on the platform, teaches you how to create your billing, set up client accounts, build websites. It goes through all that technical stuff. The other one is all on selling SMS. So it holds your hands from A to Z. It shows you how to go out there and find clients in specific niches. It shows you what niches are the best to go after. It's got sample contracts. It's got sample email scripts. It's got sample phone scripts. We have multiple PowerPoint presentations which are editable, so you guys can go in there and add or remove slides and tweak them depending on the verticals that you guys are going after. We have constant training webinars. We have a huge knowledge resource center, which I'll show you guys a little bit of a peek into it later on. And all this is available for you free. What I suggest you guys do when you become a client, go through it. It's very important. When you're selling to someone, one of the most important things that you can convey is that you are confident in your product, right? Think about yourself. When you're out there shopping for whatever it is, even if it's $1 item or $1,000 item, when you're asking that person questions about this specific item or product, any hesitation in their answers subconsciously gives you one or two indications. Either this person is new and doesn't really know their product well, or there's some deception in their sales pitch, and that pause is them trying to think of an answer for you that will not let you see their deceptiveness. So being confident in what you're selling and having an immediate rebuttal, regardless of the type of question that anyone may ask you, is really going to make a big difference in you having a high closing ratio as opposed to having a very low closing ratio. All right, so now we're going to go a little bit into the platform front end and back end. I'm going to go over quite a handful of stuff. And like I said, later on, I'll show you guys where you guys can watch an in-depth video, 1 hour each, both on the front end and on the back end. So when you guys initially become white label clients, the first thing you'll see here is this little window. Naturally, like everyone else, you're excited. You just want to get in and play around. So what you do is, yeah, marked as red, marked as red. You don't really actually go through it. You just start playing around with the platform. I suggest just take the 10 minutes out, go through these individually. They're very short. Get it started right from the beginning, and you're going to save yourself a lot of headaches in the future. So here where you see the arrows, these are just some of the things I'll be going over with you right now. And as you can see, the resource center, which I'll show you in a little bit, is obviously pretty in depth. But next to each one of these tools, you guys can either open up and play a quick video, or there'll be a quick walkthrough. And the only difference is depending on the feature. If it's a feature that has a lot of depth to it, you'll see the video. If it's something that doesn't have a lot of fields and can be taken through in just words, it's simply that. It's just a word walkthrough. So here we'll look at creating an advertiser. So in our system, an advertiser is your client. It's the end user. It's Joe's Pizza. It's Bill's Auto. Obviously, the typical stuff: first name, last name, company name, phone number, packages. You guys can create as many packages as you want. You guys can name them whatever you want. If you do not have one of the modules, which I'll show you in a little bit, the Enterprise Boost module, you won't be able to pick and choose the features that show up, which I'll go into depth a little bit later. If you don't have that module, your clients will have access to all the features on their dashboard, but you'll simply state to them that if they use things that are not in their package that you've sold them, then they're going to get penalized. So for the rest of this, I'm just going to speak about it as if you guys have this module already. So you'll be able to create any type of packages that you want, name them what you want, price them what you want. We do have a lot of examples of those in the training in case you guys are really unsure of exactly how to price yourself out in the beginning. So that'll give you a really good indication of how to start off your pricing. And then obviously the pricing and the features that you include will vary depending upon the verticals that you're going after. So you can set your clients up as prepaid, enable auto charge. So this is if you guys have our billing system, it'll automatically charge your clients every single month, so you don't have to worry about it. If you have a sales agent that's working for you and you want to make sure that they get the proper acknowledgement for closing this deal and they get their commission, you'll just simply select it from here. Email addresses. So every single client that you bring on is going to get access to their own platform. Now, if you have clients where you're running all of their campaigns for them and you don't feel that it's necessary for them to have access to anything, when you're creating them, you'll simply click on do not send welcome email and they won't receive any of the login information. Now down here, you'll see create demo and create and activate. So this is one of the things that is unique to us. Other platforms, they're charging you regardless of the type of customer that you're entering into the system, whether they're paying you or not. With us, we allow you the ability to give someone a free demo, just the same way that we've given it to you. And the only thing that you'll be charged for are the credits that you've gifted them and they've used. This is really powerful. You know what? A lot of times you got a very hot prospect, they're on the fence, and this is something that really takes them over. They get a good feel for it. Maybe they build a small list. They send out one coupon. They see a small reaction to it, people coming in and claiming that coupon. And now they themselves are already imagining, wow, imagine if 3 months down the road I have 600-700 opt-ins and now I'm making an extra $400-500 a week just because of this one little tool. So this is a great way to really get those hot prospects over the fence. Managing your clients, very, very simple. You guys can, bring them up in a bunch of different ways. You can do it from when they signed up, from when they activated, the types of packages they have. If you've created groups, for example, if you have a a group of features specifically for real estate agents or doctors' offices or hair salons and so on. You'll be able to do it through price. You'll be able to sort through the agent that signed them up. So there's a ton of information here. If they need technical support, you guys can access their dashboard simply by pressing on this little lightsaber. So you guys can quickly get to the information that you need. Next, we're going to go into creating packages. Very simple to put a package together. Like I said, name them whatever you want: gold, platinum, silver, orange, completely up to you. Subscription cost is what your client will be paying every single month to you. Credits included are what they're going to be getting for free. Uh, this package here is for a higher end client, obviously. If you have a smaller client that's starting off, you may charge them $49 a month and start them off with 500 credits a month. And then you may say, you know what? If they go over the 500 credits, I'm going to charge them 8 cents for each additional credit that they use. Now, the monthly limit here is the total of the credits that are included in your package plus the additional credits that you've given them. Now, why this is important is that it gives you control. It doesn't allow the end user to go out there and all of a sudden blast out 10, 20,000 messages and then come to you at the end of the month and say, oops, you know what? I really don't have the money to pay for this. And now you're stuck holding the bag and having to pay us. So this gives you that insurance right there that won't happen. And you don't have to give them any extra credits. If all you want to give them access to is those 500, you can do that. But I'll tell you something from experience. Let's say that you started off a client on the $49 a month plan, 500 messages a month, which is something pretty average in the industry for someone just starting out. If all they have is 150 opt-ins and they send out just one offer a week, at the end of the month, that's already 600 messages that they've sent. So they're already 100 messages over what's included in their package. The reason why you want to give them the ability to constantly go slightly higher is that it's a great way to upsell them to your next price point, right? So you can go up to the business owner and say, look, Joe, every single month you're getting hit with these overages. Your business is growing, your opt-ins are growing. It's time to take it to the next level. Here's our package. Here's what's included in there. It's a great way to upsell them. You guys can include keywords or not include keywords in your packages. It's completely up to you. If you want to charge them for additional keywords, you can price them out as you wish. This fee here is obviously on a monthly basis. They're going to be renting those keywords from you. In our system, we have two different types of keywords. We have vanity and what we call system or code keywords. The difference is very simple. A vanity keyword is something that you would create like Pizza Joe. A system keyword is a random combination of two letters and two numbers generated by the platform. I know some of you are saying, what would you use those types of keywords for? Well, you can use them for vehicle listing if you'd like, the real estate listing. If you want to run a contest between, let's say, a wait staff for a new client, this is a great way to actually build up the list quickly. Give each one of them an individual keyword, and at the end of the month, whoever had the most opt-ins will receive something from the business owner, whatever, a paid day off, a gift card, whatever the owner wants to give them. But this is a great tool to get the opt-ins in pretty quick. Rollover credits, you guys do have the option to have your clients' credits rollover. I'll tell you this. We've had clients that have done it both ways. The most successful clients never give the rollover credit option. Because what happens is, if the business owner knows that it's a use it or lose it deal, they are more inclined to go out there and actually try to use it before the end of the month, or else they feel like they've wasted money. If they're constantly accumulating credits, then in their mind, it's not something that they have to really jump on and make sure that it's being used, because it's sitting there accumulating credits. If you want to charge a setup fee, you can. It's completely up to you. If you want to give a trial period, if you want to have levels. Sales tax, some states you have to include it, some you don't. So we kept it completely open for you here. Is private. I'm going to go into resellers later on, but just so you know what is private means, is if you want to create packages that you only want to make available to your end users and you don't want to have the resellers access to, you just simply click is private, and that'll make more sense when I go over the reseller model with you. Custom recurring fees. A lot of you guys are offering services to your clients that are not SMS. Maybe you're doing their pay-per-click campaigns for them. Maybe you own a big print shop and you're doing all the print work for them. Maybe you're building websites for them. Whatever you're doing, you guys can include all those fees in one bill. This way, you're not sending multiple bills out to the same client. All right, this is packages. Now we'll go into resellers. Now, in our system, we have sales agents and resellers. And what the difference is, a sales agent is someone that works directly for you. They're your salesperson, they're selling your brand. A reseller is another marketer who wants to white label under you. So technically, in this situation, you become your own Lime Cellular. So you're out there doing your thing, you're building a business, you're, let's say, Joe Mobile. I'm a marketer. I see what you're doing. I love your platform. And I come up to you and say, hey, Joe, this thing it's pretty incredible. Do you white label? Is there a way for me to get access to this? And that's what you do. You give them the ability to brand their own dashboard and sell it to their retail clients. Now, you can set this up in one of two ways. You can either do a revenue share, which is basically a profit split, 50-50, 70-30, however you decide to set that relationship up. And in this scenario, they can only sell the products that you have created. And this is where the is private comes in. So if you don't want to give them access to a specific product, just click on is private. They won't be able to see it. The second way to set it up is you can act as their wholesaler. You can offer them messaging and keywords at a flat rate. They'll go out there and they'll create their own packages and sell those to their retail clients. Now, this is a great way to bring in additional revenue. If you're out there selling to customers yourself, you can also have this as well. We have clients that this is the only business model that they use. What they do is they are selling to consultants and they're selling to marketing agencies and they're doing it on a white label basis. We have a lot of clients that are doing well over $30, $40, $50,000 a month in revenue, not even selling to retail, but using specifically the reseller model. So it is definitely something powerful. And if you guys haven't thought about this avenue before, it's definitely something that you should consider. Sign up pages and wizards. So we have a lot of APIs. We have a lot of iframes available for you. If you guys have a front end website, and you guys want to give someone the ability to request a free demo from you, or you want to give them the ability to purchase a product that you've created, they can do it directly from your website. And like I said, we have all the APIs and the iframes available for you guys to do that. If you're not familiar with an iframe or an API, it's simply code that you'll copy and paste and put it onto your website. If you don't know how to do it, the person that put your website together can do it for you in a matter of seconds. All right, so next we have the ROI calculator. Before we spoke about the one that was specifically for the appointment manager wizard. This is just a regular ROI calculator. So if you're approaching a typical business owner, subscription cost is what you're going to be charging them. The number of subscribers is what they would have. Campaigns per month. So this particular scenario, the end user is only sending out one campaign per week. Average read rate, 94%. Pretty average in this industry. SMS is the best advertising medium where it's direct advertising and you receive an immediate response. When you get a text message, the first thing you do is look at it, no matter where you are. Within 5 minutes, even if you're in a meeting, you're looking at that text message. Very high read rate, very high response rate. There's a lot of clients out there that are still spending thousands of dollars a year on yellow pages and all those old forms of advertising that they can't track, and they don't really know if it's working for them. But you know what? They've done it for years. They really don't know how to advertise their business properly because their main concern is running their day-to-day operations, and that's where you come in. That's where your expertise comes in, and you consult them on this. And like I said, a lot of times you'll have people that don't care about the technology. They just want to know the bottom line. And we'll just continue going through this. If the average response rate is 2%, which is a little on the low end, average spend $12, once again, a little bit on the low end. So in this scenario, if you're charging the customer $100 a month, at the end of the month, after they've paid you, they've made a profit of $215 a month. Now, an average spend of $12 is extremely, extremely low. Your average spends, if you're looking at even a small business, a restaurant, the average ticket price is maybe 40, $50 if a couple is going out to eat. And that's, regular dinner, no appetizers, no alcohol involved. So the ROI is definitely going to go much higher than this. And they'll be able to see that they'll be making 3 to 4 times what they're paying you for the service. So these ROI calculators, very powerful tool. You can print them out here as well and leave them as a leave behind. Now, if you guys decide to use our billing system, it's connected with authorized.net, First Data, PayPal Pro. As long as you have an account with them, you guys can use our billing system. $65 a month, unlimited users. If you guys shop around, you'll see that if you have more than 20 or 25 users on most of these third-party applications like a Chargeify, you'll be spending 120, 150 bucks a month easy. With us, 65 bucks a month. It's in-house. It's not third-party, and you can have unlimited clients. And it's real easy to set up. Whichever one of these accounts that you have, you simply copy and paste a couple of pieces of information, and you're set to go. And I like to explain it this way: it's like a gym membership. Whether your client goes to the gym or not, they're still getting charged every month, and that's what this is. In the beginning, you may not need this. If you have only a handful of clients, you can do manual billing. It's not a big deal. So, I'm not here pushing it. But once you really start getting a big client base, the last thing you want to do is spend any time chasing money. You want to continue building your business and servicing your clients properly. Now, this is the grouping that I spoke to you about before. That's one of the features that's available with our Enterprise Boost module. This is another feature that's unique to our platform. It allows you to pick and choose the features that will be available on your client's dashboard. Now, this is important for several reasons. One, let's say you have a client who's a doctor. He doesn't care about vehicle listing or property listing or 90% of all the other features here. So for him, it makes a nice, clean looking dashboard with only the options that he needs available. The second thing that it's good for is upselling your clients, right? In business, it costs a lot of money to go out there and gain a new client. So when a consultant typically goes into a business and they want to increase revenue, one of the things that they try to do is go in there and increase the lifetime value of the clients they already have. And that's what this gives you the ability to do. It gives you the ability to go out there and consistently move them up in product. So at a specific time, you got a client that started off paying you $49 a month that is now paying you $129 a month. So without spending additional money on advertising or trying to bring in new customers, you can easily increase your monthly residual income just by extending the lifetime value of each individual customer that you already have. Now, here's the resource center. Obviously, this is just a small snapshot, so you can see all the videos and all the walkthroughs and everything that we have here, the marketing materials. You've got your table tents, your signs. If you've purchased the branded movies from us, the branded movies, you can see them on our website store. They're only $47 a piece. We'll go in there, we'll put all your company information. If you guys shop around, it's crazy cheap. If you try to get one of these movies made on your own, it'll cost you 200, $300. So $47 is a drop in the bucket. We have, actually, it's a lot more than this now, but we have a ton of PowerPoint presentations that we spoke about earlier that you guys can add and remove slides. They're completely editable. We have legal letters here for you. We have brochures. I mean, it's all here for you. Your login to the sales boot camps. And then we have this. So as far as tech support, you guys will be able to access it in one of three ways. Obviously, phone and email. And then you'll be able to open up a live chat window and chat directly with tech support if they're available and not currently assisting another client. Now, as part of the training, we also give you guys different pricing examples, and this is just one of them because I know some of you are completely new to the business and you're a little bit unsure on how to price yourself out. So this is just one example, and once again, like I said earlier, what you're charging and the features that you will include will vary depending on factors such as the verticals that you're going after and also where you live. The larger cities will carry a higher price point, and the smaller cities will obviously carry a lower price point. So you definitely want to do your due diligence and see what your competition is offering. And believe me, with the features and tools you have here, you'll be able to blow them out of the water every single time. But you just want to see what they're offering so you can go out there and put the proper pricing packages together. So in this example, we'll start the end user off $49 a month, 500 message credits, a couple of custom keywords, and some features. Now, what's good about this is this industry has a very high markup. So if this client uses all 500 messages, it's going to cost you $9 a month, right? $5 a month for the message credits, and then $4 a month because for every active user you have in the system, we charge you $4 a month, and that goes towards the hosting and the maintenance of the individual dashboards. So let's look at it again. Cost you $9, you collected $49. So you have a $40 profit on this small package right here. That's a tremendous markup. And this is definitely something that's very easy to sell to a business owner. Once again, like we spoke about before, 500 credits is nothing. They have 150 opt-ins, one coupon a week or one offer a week. It's already 600 messages a month. It'll be very easy to quickly upgrade them to your next package up, once again, extending the overall lifetime value of each specific customer. Now, in our system, you guys will be able to not only brand your name and company logo on the dashboard, but along with the Enterprise Boost module, you'll also be able to completely customize the colors and the font sizes and the colors of these little icons here you see as well. Some of you guys have specific company logos or maybe lucky colors that you like to use, and you'll be able to completely customize your dashboard. Here's an example. We have the lime green. Obviously, you guys are used to seeing. If you want to change it to blue and red, this is what you'll see on your end. This is what the customer will see on their end. So all of your colors are there, put nice. It's very simple to do. When we created this, we wanted to make sure that every feature that we have, you do not have to be tech savvy to do. Everything here, it's got either a video walkthrough or a very detailed worded walkthrough. And obviously, if you're still having some issue understanding something, tech support is always here to help you out. All right, this is a lot of stuff that we went through earlier. We went through all the sales training, how to price yourself, building sales funnels, went through the dashboards, the billing system, creating campaigns. Now, I'll just take you briefly through the pricing. Some of you may have questions, some of you may not. So US, UK, and Canada, it's $197 a month for the platform. That gives you access to all of these free features, including free inbound messages, free unlimited vanity keywords, one free mobile website for every client that you have, If you're in the US, it's a penny per message. If you're in Canada, it's 1.75. If you're in the UK, it's 3 pence. And the differences in the pricing is what we get charged by the carriers in those individual countries. These are the only two optional modules. You can add them at any time. They're not necessary for you to do business, but obviously they do add something. Billing system, like I said, $65, unlimited clients. You guys can add it at any time. Enterprise Boost, $35 a month, gives you the ability to do several different things. One is it gives you unlimited sales agents, each with their unique tracking codes and logins, so you can see who's bringing what customers. Themes for enhanced branding. This is where you can change the colors and the fonts and all that stuff. And then groups is where you have the ability to add and remove features that are available to your clients on their dashboard. Everything is on a month-to-month basis. You're not locked into anything. Excuse me. Hopefully, I've answered all your questions. Michelle has answered all your questions. If you still have some, or if you'd like to get set up with a demo account, just give us a call here. We'd be more than happy to help you out. And like I said, I was going to show you where to go and get the in-depth videos that you guys can watch. Okay. So if you simply go to youtube.com/Lime Cellular, it'll take you to this page, right? And you click on videos to see all of the videos. And then if you just scroll down here, webinar training part 1, admin dashboard, webinar training part 2, advertiser dashboard. Obviously, there's a ton of other videos here that you guys will really like if you haven't had the opportunity to see them. How to build a mobile website. If you guys are interested in offering donation services to churches, synagogues, nonprofits, this is the video right here that shows you how to do it. It's really simple. It's done through our mobile builder. Pretty cool. We have a couple of clients that this is all they do, and they are extremely successful using this business model. Like I said, you guys can come here, view these videos anytime you like. If you have any other questions, please feel free to give us a call anytime. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to sit here with this webinar for me. Hopefully, you found a lot of value in it, and I'd love to see you as a client soon. Take care, and I really appreciate you joining today. Bye-bye, guys.